Friends, if you are watching this, there is a very high probability that you, or someone you deeply love, are in pain right now. Not a dramatic, crippling pain, but a quiet, persistent, grinding one. It's the pain of a stiff neck. That dull ache that makes checking your blind spot a calculated risk. That sharp twinge that greets you first thing in the morning, a cruel alarm clock you never set. It's the constant background hum of tension that turns a focused workday into a test of endurance, that makes a simple conversation feel like a heavy burden. You have tried everything, haven't you? The overpriced ergonomic chair that promised nirvana but delivered a different kind of ache. The endless parade of painkillers that quiet the scream but never address the cause. The well-intentioned advice to just relax or maybe get a better pillow. You've circled your head in one direction, then the other, feeling that gritty, resistant crunch, hoping for a miracle pop that never comes. You are exhausted by the search for a solution that actually lasts. You are tired of temporary fixes in a world of permanent problems. What if I told you that the very wisdom to solve this modern affliction has been with us for thousands of years? What if the key to unlocking your stiff, painful neck isn't found in a futuristic gadget or a powerful pharmaceutical, but in the ancient, time-tested healing traditions of our ancestors? Traditions that understood the body not as a collection of isolated parts, but as a single, flowing, interconnected river of energy, structure, and spirit. Today, we are going on a journey. A journey back in time to reclaim your freedom from pain. This is not about a quick trick or a 5-minute hack. This is about understanding the root cause of your stiff neck through the lens of both ancient wisdom and cutting-edge science. This is about ancient healing for modern pain, stiff neck solutions that work, according to studies. Stay with me, because by the end of this, you will not only understand why you are in pain, but you will possess a powerful, multifaceted toolkit to end that pain for good. And that is a promise. Let's start by acknowledging the elephant in the room. Our modern world is biomechanically insane. We are a species designed for movement, for hunting, gathering, foraging, and fleeing. Yet, we spend our days locked in a universal posture of defeat. I call it the posture of the age. Head forward, shoulders rounded, spine curled into a question mark, eyes glued to a small rectangle of light. This is not a judgment, it is a simple, clinical observation. When your head, which weighs a substantial 10 to 12 pounds, is perfectly balanced atop your spine like a magnificent marble sculpture, the weight is distributed gracefully. But for every single inch your head drifts forward, the effective weight on your neck muscles and cervical spine doubles. Let that sink in. An inch forward, it's 20 pounds. 2 inches, it's 30. By the time you are hunched over your phone or computer, you are asking the delicate muscles at the back of your neck, the splenius, the trapezius, the levator scapulae, to carry the equivalent of a 30 or 40-pound weight, all day, every day. It is a physiological impossibility. They cannot do it. So, they rebel. They contract, they spasm, they become inflamed, they form painful knots known as trigger points. They are screaming at you, in the only language they know, pain. This is where our ancient ancestors were light years ahead of us. They didn't have the terms text neck or tech neck, but they understood the concept of imbalance. They saw the body through a holistic lens. In traditional Chinese medicine, pain is simply blocked or stagnant energy, what they call Qi, pronounced Qi. A stiff neck is a classic sign of stagnant Qi and blood in the gallbladder and small intestine meridians, energy pathways that run directly through your neck and shoulders. It's also linked to the element of wind, an external pathogen that is believed to invade the body and cause rigidity and pain. Meanwhile, in Ayurveda, the 5,000-year-old healing system from India, a stiff neck is often a sign of a Vata-dosha imbalance. Vata is the energy of air and space, responsible for movement. When it's aggravated, by stress, by erratic routines, by too much screen time, it causes dryness, stiffness, and pain in the joints and muscles. These ancient systems didn't just diagnose the problem, they provided profound, systemic solutions. And now, the most exciting part is that modern science is finally catching up, using rigorous clinical trials to validate what healers knew for millennia. So, let's dive into the first and most powerful of these ancient solutions, one that has been overwhelmingly validated by contemporary research. I am talking about the art of needling, the practice of acupuncture. For many in the West, the idea of having hair-thin needles inserted into your body sounds more like medieval torture than medicine. But the data, the cold, hard data, does not lie. A massive meta-analysis published in the highly respected Journal of Pain reviewed decades of studies and concluded that acupuncture is highly effective for treating chronic neck pain, providing significant and lasting relief. Another study in the Annals of Internal Medicine found that acupuncture was far superior to both no treatment and even standard pain care for chronic neck pain. So how does it work? From the ancient perspective, the needles are unblocking stagnant qi, allowing the body's vital energy to flow freely again, restoring balance and dissolving pain. From the modern scientific perspective, we see something equally miraculous. The needles are triggering a cascade of neurophysiological events. They stimulate the nervous system to release endorphins, your body's natural, powerful pain-killing chemicals. They increase blood flow to the affected area, bathing the starved, tense muscles in oxygen and nutrients while flushing out inflammatory compounds. They also deactivate trigger points, those hyperirritable knots we talked about, effectively resetting the muscle's tension levels. It's not magic, it's a sophisticated neuromodulatory treatment that your body performs on itself, with the acupuncture needles simply providing the initial, intelligent command. But what if you are not ready to book an acupuncture session just yet? The next ancient practice is one you can start this very minute, in your own home, for free. It is the practice of mindful heat therapy, or what many ancient cultures simply called moxibustion. The application of deep, penetrating heat is a cornerstone of healing across every ancient civilization. The Greeks used hot sand in baths, the Romans built their legendary bathhouses, and in China, the burning of the mugwort herb, known as moxa, near acupuncture points became a primary tool for driving out cold and dampness, the very pathogens believed to cause stiffness. Modern research fully supports this. A study in the Journal of Clinical Rheumatology found that continuous low-level heat therapy provided significant relief for patients with chronic neck pain, improving flexibility and reducing discomfort far more effectively than common over-the-counter pain relievers. How does it work? Heat dilates blood vessels, a process called vasodilation. This dramatically increases circulation, delivering a healing surge of blood to the constricted muscles. Heat also soothes the nervous system, reducing the transmission of pain signals to the brain and helping to break the vicious cycle of pain and spasm. So, that simple hot water bottle or heating pad you might have dismissed as old-fashioned? It is, in fact, a powerful, proven, ancient healing technology. The key is consistency and duration, applying it for at least 20 to 30 minutes to allow the heat to penetrate deeply into the tissue, not just warm the skin. Now, we must address the very ground upon which your body is built, the very foundation of your posture. I am speaking of your spine, and the ancient art of spinal manipulation. While chiropractic care as a formal profession is relatively modern, the concept of manipulating the spine to restore health is ancient. Healers in ancient Egypt, Greece, and China all wrote about and practiced forms of manual adjustment. Today, the evidence for spinal manipulation for neck pain is robust and compelling. A landmark review in the Spine Journal concluded that spinal manipulative therapy is, and I quote, an effective treatment for neck pain, both acute and chronic. Another study in the Journal of Manipulative and Physiological Therapeutics found that patients receiving chiropractic care showed significant improvement in pain and disability compared to those who just received pain medication. The logic is both simple and profound. When your head is forward, your cervical vertebrae, the bones of your neck, are forced out of their natural alignment. This can lead to slight misalignments known as subluxations. These subluxations irritate nerves, restrict normal joint movement, and cause muscles to fire abnormally. A skilled, gentle adjustment doesn't just crack a bone. It delivers a precise, high-velocity, low-amplitude thrust to a specific joint, restoring its normal range of motion, gapping the joint surfaces to stimulate proprioceptors, the nerves that tell your brain where your body is in space, and effectively rebooting the neuromuscular communication in that area. It is like hitting the Control-Alt-Delete for a frozen joint, allowing the muscles that were clenching to protect it to finally, and fully, relax. But here is the crucial point that ancient healers understood and that we so often forget: you cannot outsource your health. No acupuncturist, no heating pad, no chiropractor can do the permanent work for you. They can open the door, but you must walk through it. The most critical element, the one that truly weaves all these ancient solutions into a permanent cure, is the practice of corrective movement. And there is no older or more proven system of corrective movement than yoga. Yoga is not just stretching, it is a sophisticated science of aligning the body, breath, and mind. A systematic review of randomized controlled trials published in the Journal of Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy found that yoga interventions led to significant reductions in pain and functional disability in people with chronic neck pain. Another study specifically highlighted how yoga improves proprioception, your body's innate sense of its position, which is often severely impaired in people with chronic neck pain, leading to a cycle of poor posture and rangery. Let's talk about specific, potent yoga-derived poses you can do right now. The first is the simplest and most profound, mountain pose, or Tadasana. It sounds too simple to be effective, but it is the foundation of all postural correction. Stand with your feet hip-width apart. Feel your weight evenly distributed across the soles of your feet. Gently engage your thighs, drawing your kneecaps up. Tuck your tailbone slightly, not as an exaggerated tilt, but to find the neutral curve of your lower back. Now, the most important part, roll your shoulders up, back, and then down, sliding your shoulder blades into your back pockets. Finally, imagine a golden thread pulling the crown of your head directly toward the sky. Chin slightly tucked, head floating gracefully atop your spine. Hold this for 1 minute, 5 times a day. You are not just standing, you are reprogramming your body's entire muscular memory, fighting back against the posture of the age 1 conscious minute at a time. Next, we have the restorative wonder that is the chest opener. Find a doorway. Place your forearms on the doorframe, elbows slightly below shoulder height. Step forward gently until you feel a deep, delicious stretch across your chest and the front of your shoulders. Breathe deeply into that stretch. Hold for 30 to 45 seconds. This directly counteracts the rounded shoulder posture, lengthening the pectoral muscles that are constantly shortened, which in turn allows the upper back and neck muscles to release their desperate, clenching grip. And finally, we have the ancient, potent practice of self-massage, a form of Ayurvedic Abhyanga. Using a simple tennis ball or a specialized therapy ball, you can become your own healer. Lie on your back on the floor and place the ball between your shoulder blades and your spine. Do not place it directly on your spine itself. Gently rest your head on the floor and use your legs to slowly roll your body over the ball, pausing and breathing deeply whenever you find a tender, tight spot, a trigger point. Allow the pressure of the ball and the weight of your body to slowly, lovingly, melt that knot away. You are quite literally ironing out the kinks in your own muscular fabric. Now, I want to speak to you not just as a health expert, but as a fellow human being who has navigated this path. I understand that knowledge is only power when it is applied. You have just been given a treasure map. You have the ancient, proven tools of acupuncture, heat therapy, spinal manipulation, and the corrective, empowering movements of yoga and self-massage. But this information is worthless if it remains just an idea. It must become action. This is your moment of choice. You can close this video and return to the same habits that created the pain, hoping it will somehow magically disappear. Or, you can make a different choice. You can decide, right now, that your suffering ends today. You can book that acupuncture consultation, you can dig out that heating pad and use it with intention tonight, you can schedule that assessment with a reputable chiropractor or osteopath, and you can commit to just 2 minutes of mountain pose and doorway stretching every single day. The path to a pain-free neck, to a life where you can turn your head with ease, where you can wake up feeling refreshed instead of stiff, where you can engage with the world without a constant, distracting ache, that path is right in front of you. It is a path paved with ancient stones, now illuminated by the light of modern science. Your body is whispering to you through this pain. It is not a life sentence, it is a wake-up call. A call to return to the natural, balanced, moving state for which you were designed. Heed that call. If this video has resonated with you, if you feel that spark of hope that a solution truly exists, then I need you to do something for me, and more importantly, for yourself. Subscribe to this channel. By subscribing, you are not just clicking a button, you are making a commitment to your own well-being. You are ensuring that this stream of empowering, science-backed, ancient wisdom continues to flow directly to you, giving you the tools to take control of your health week after week. Then, like this video. That like button is a powerful signal. It tells the algorithm that this is important, that this is content that saves people from pain, that changes lives. By liking it, you are helping this message reach the thousands, perhaps millions, of other people who are suffering in silence, who are desperately searching for the very answers you just found. You become a part of their healing journey. And finally, share this. Share it boldly. Share it on your social media, share it with that coworker who is always rubbing their neck, share it with your mother who complains of stiffness, share it with your friend who thinks their pain is just something they have to live with. You have the knowledge that can set them free. Do not keep it to yourself. Be the catalyst for their transformation. The wisdom of the ages is here, waiting for you. The studies have proven it. The choice is now yours. Let's heal, together.